Erik ten Hag is working wonders with this Manchester United squad, but it's far from complete. And this summer, a lot is needed to get Manchester United right back to the top. So I'm starting a new series called Manchester United Recruitment, where I'm going to look at some of the areas we need to improve on and what players we should sign. Those areas are a backup centre-back and a backup midfielder, a right-back, a centre midfielder, a striker and a goalkeeper. And I'm starting the first episode by looking at some right-backs. Now I do think both Dalot and Wan-Bissaka have improved massively under Erik ten Hag, and that could continue. Dalot was absolutely brilliant before the World Cup, but post-World Cup he's been really poor. And I do think an upgrade at right-back is necessary. And I've got 3 right-backs I all think would be really good options for Manchester United. And the first is Benfica's Alexander Ba. Ba's 25 years old, Danish, and stands at 6 feet tall. He signed for Benfica from Slavia Praga last summer and has a current market value of just £6 million. This season in Liga NOS, Ba already has 1 goal and 4 assists. Let's take a look at some of Ba's attributes. The Dane is a great passer and a very good crosser. The right back likes to get forward a lot and attack the byline. He can overlap and underlap very well. Very comfortable on the ball and possesses great technical ability. He's a high volume passer and very heavily involved in Benfica's build-up. Players in a Benfica side who are managed by a great coach like Roger Schmidt have a lot of the ball, very good in possession and create a lot of chances, which is a good sign for someone like Ten Hag who's trying to implement that sort of football at Manchester United. He's a decent dribbler and has the ability to beat a man, a decent dribbler with quick feet and has enough skill to get himself out of tight situations. And defensively, Alexander Ba is very good. Reads the game very well and is able to intercept a lot. Great defensively 1v1, very strong and very good in duels. He has a great leap and he's good aerially. A negative with Ba though is he takes quite heavy touches when he dribbles, and inside the Premier League he wouldn't get away with as much as he does in Liga NOS. Moving on to my next right back, Jeremy Frimpong. Frimpong is 22, Dutch, stands at 5 feet 7 and currently plays for Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. This season he's got an impressive 5 goals and 4 assists and currently has a market value of 22 million. For his attributes, his main one is definitely his dribbling. Frimpong is a brilliant dribbler. He's very fast, he's good from a standing start, his change of pace and his change of direction are very good as well. He has very good skill and close control and can beat his man easily. And Frimpong is a very, very attacking fullback. This season he's played as a right back, a right wing back and a right winger. Spends a large majority of his time inside the opposition half. Frimpong's style of play would suit a team that's trying to break low blocks because he's so good at beating his man and possesses such good technical ability. Negatives though, he's not a good defender. At Bayer Leverkusen he plays mostly as a right wing back, so he doesn't have to do a lot of defending. He's also not that heavily involved in build-up play and he's not a very good passer. At Manchester United I think he would just be a byline winger. I don't know if he could drop into a back 3 or invert inside. He's excellent going forward and I think he'd really be a help to players like Anthony and Sancho on that right hand side. But he's playing as a right back and a back 4, I would be concerned defensively. My final right back isn't even really a right back, it's Timbre. Timbre is 21 years old, Dutch and currently playing for Ajax. He stands at 5 feet 10 and this season in Eredivisie has 1 goal and 2 assists. He's the most expensive option with a market value of 38 million. Timbre is primarily a centre-back but can play at right-back and has done under Erik ten Hag when he was at Ajax. Timbre is absolutely brilliant in possession. He's a fantastic passer and a very good ball carrier. A very intelligent footballer and very comfortable in build-up play. He's very good on the ball, he's press resistant and he's very forward thinking. At Manchester United he could drop into a back 3 or invert into midfield. This was his heat map last season under Erik ten Hag, so he'd definitely be comfortable in either role at Manchester United. Defensively he's decent too, he's a good tackler, he's strong and he's quick. Has a good leap and is decent in the air for someone that's 5 foot 10. I do have my doubts about Timbre though. If he was playing fullback, I'm not sure how well he'd do 1v1 against a winger down the byline. He's also not going to be a fullback that overlaps a winger. He may underlap but it won't be often. And I think if we're going to see improvement in Anthony, we need a fullback that's going to be constantly over and underlapping. He's just 21, he still is naive defensively, so that's why I have those worries. If he was isolated out wide 1v1, I don't think he'd be very good. And the big negative is the fact that he's naturally a centre-back. I know it's worked with Ben White this season, so it may work again. I just have my doubts. Out of Timbre, Frimpong and Ba, which one do you want to see at Manchester United?